always scared to try abstract art because I'm always doing realism. So this time I thought of trying it, but I will mix it with realism. This was my first time working on a canvas this big, and before I could even start the painting, my dad helped me turn this giant canvas roll into an actual workspace. After sticking the canvas onto the wall because it was just too big for the easel, I started preparing it. And once the canvas was ready, there was no going back. So the basic idea behind this painting is that Lord Shiva is emerging from the nature itself, and I'm gonna keep their face more realistic and detailed, whereas other elements like clouds, mountains and smokes are gonna be more abstract. I avoided painting over the face at this stage because I knew I needed those sketch details later. I decided to start with the face because for me it was the hardest part of the entire painting, and I don't usually paint faces in acrylic, and to be honest I avoid them because I don't have much practice. It's the second day and I did the neck part, and to be honest, I hate the lips. But anyways, I didn't lose my hope and retried it, but guess what? I hate it even more.
Emotional, damn it!
After spending hours painting the face and staring at it and repainting them many times, I decided to move on the other part of the painting. If I had kept staring at the same area, I don't think this painting would have ever been completed. I started working on the hand, and honestly, hands are something I always find difficult to paint. Even while planning this painting, I knew the hands was going to be a challenge. But since this painting was all about stepping out of my comfort zone, I decided to give it a try. And after finally surviving the face and hand, I discovered a new challenge: finding the missing shoulder sketch. And now me and my mom were trying to find where it actually was. After successfully locating the missing shoulder sketch, I finally got back to the painting. At this point, I was just happy that I didn't have to redraw the whole thing. Next, I started working on the hair. I didn't want the hair to look completely separate from the landscape. Instead, I wanted it to slowly disappear into the clouds so that it would look like the hair itself was made from them. This technique or this idea also helped support the idea of Lord Shiva emerging from the nature itself, and made the whole painting feel more connected. While painting the mountains, I wanted them to feel like a part of the figure instead of just sitting in the background. The main idea behind this painting was that Lord Shiva is emerging from the nature itself. So I tried to merge different elements of nature into the figure. The mountains became the part of the body while the clouds slowly blended into the hair. As you will see later in the painting, I also added elements like water and lava. I wanted all these natural elements to come together and feel like they were creating the figure rather than simply surrounding it. The water represents calmness and peace, while the lava adds a sense of power and energy. Since this painting was all about stepping out of my comfort zone, I decided to experiment a little with abstract art. I added some texture to the mountain with palette knife and to the clouds with my fingers, which was something completely different from what I usually do.
We ain't slowing it down. Let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby. Come and show me how. Gotta do it right now. You know you gotta hold me down. Can I let the moment pass? Good things they never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I.
And when the painting was finally almost completed, it was time to frame it. We couldn't find any ready-made frame for the canvas, so we decided to make one ourselves using wooden sticks. And finally, it was done after days of painting, fixing, overthinking, and making tiny changes. I could finally call this complete piece. And I would love to know what you think about this final result. So feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.